Hi, YouTubers and wet shavers everywhere. It's Mark at GeorgeTune.com. I'm back with another Monday morning mailbag. Get yourself a cup of coffee, kick back, relax. Let's talk a little wet shaving and a few other things. What do you got? Hang on, hang on. Well, that's a good hot cup of coffee. Man, perfect to get you going in the morning. Yeah, I've got Tim Hortons French vanilla again this morning. This is nice. This is a nice French vanilla aroma. I like it a lot, and it's a very good robust coffee. It's a medium blend, I believe, but yeah, medium roast. So yeah, that's really very good. You might want to try it. Yeah, terrific stuff. And I'm using my Sylvester and Tweety cartoon mug for a reason. More on that in just a moment. My first email came from Crocy25, who said, Monday after Monday after Monday, I keep forgetting to send in my questions. Yeah, well, Monday after Monday after Monday, I keep forgetting to post the address here. So my sincere apologies about that. So if you do want to submit a question to the Monday Morning Mailbag, all you have to do is send it to me at MondayMailbag@gmail.com, MondayMailbag@gmail.com. Okay, now I remember to do that. On with some other questions. Again, cartoon coffee mug for a very good reason. This first comment comes from Gary Brookins. Gary Brookins is a very talented and well-known cartoonist and a very good friend. And he wrote, great Monday morning mailbag as usual, Mark. I'm a hardcore coffee drinker and have been drinking 8 o'clock coffee for decades. And I have to say, it's my go-to brand. From time to time, I will pick up bags of other premium blends, even from gourmet coffee shops, but always come back to 8 o'clock. Glad you discovered it. Also, I love the sweet story about your mom and the butterscotch cookies. Thanks for sharing it. Yeah, well, that was in last week's Monday morning mailbag. If you want to see the 8 o'clock coffee and also the story regarding the butterscotch cookies, which features this shaving brush from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, the solar flare. I'll have a link in the description below so you can go back and see that. But Gary also is on Facebook. He's a Facebook friend, and he posted an absolutely wonderful cartoon. He does the Shoe comic strip and the Pluggers cartoon panel. Now, Shoe and Pluggers were both created by the late, great Jeff McNelly, who was an absolutely outstanding cartoonist, an editorial cartoonist. I mean, really talented individual. And he passed away, sadly, in 2000, so it's been 20 years since he's gone. It'll be 20 years in June. Wow, a real talent and a really kind, gentle man. And Gary took over those features and has really replicated and duplicated Jeff McNelly's drawing style to a T, to his credit. Anyhow, Pluggers chronicles the wisdom of hardworking people across the country, and it's created from reader submissions. So readers will submit pluggerisms, and Gary will illustrate them. Here's one right here that was just spot on. He drew it up. He was thinking of the channel, this channel, and me at the time he drew it up, so I'm very flattered by that. Thank you very much, Gary. Here it is right here. A plugger doesn't have one of those fancy razors with 5 blades. His has only 2, one on each side. And again, I love Gary's artwork. I love Jeff McNelly's artwork, and Gary's work is spot on in the Jeff McNelly style. And you can see he's just captured it. He's got this great looking double-edged razor right there, and then he's got that classic bathroom sink with the shaving brush, the bowl, and the lather. I mean, even the shower curtains and the shorts and the towel on the towel rack, everything is just spot on. It's absolutely fantastic. And wow, I was just delighted to see that when it came up in my Facebook feed from him. Really terrific. So really, if you want to, check out Pluggers in your local newspaper or follow it online. Because it really is it's a terrific feature. And again, Shoe and Pluggers by Gary Brookins. And thanks very much, Gary. I really do appreciate it. And That's just great. That cartoon is now my wallpaper on my 17-inch laptop. That's what I have. When my laptop boots up, that is the wallpaper. That's the first thing I see in the morning. Absolutely fantastic. This next one comes from Brian Gertz. And he writes, "Hi Mark, I love your YouTube channel. You were a big influence on me when I first started into wet shaving, and I thank you for all that you do for the wet shaving community." Thank you very much, Brian. I really do appreciate that. My question is this: I just bought my first Badger brush. I have a bore and mostly synthetics. Is there a big difference in preparation and lathering? I know that my bore needs to be soaked for a bit, and my synthetics, I just damp to start my prep. How much wetness is needed with a Badger to start the lather? Well, you know, Brian, I usually soak, regardless of what the brush is, bore, Badger, or synthetic, I just usually soak it for the duration of my hot shower in the morning. And then when I get out of the hot shower, I start my shave and I think my brush is ready to go. A lot of wet shavers out there think that because a Badger is natural hair and it will soak up water a little more quickly, 10 to 20 seconds is all it really needs. I don't think you can do it any harm by overly soaking it a little longer than that. But, you know, my general rule of thumb is just soak it for the duration of the shower. Now, if there are wet shavers out there who have a different routine with that, please comment below and let us know. But that's generally what I do. However, since coming back to the traditional wet shave, I too, yes, my first brush was a Badger brush. This brush from The Art of Shaving right here. And I used it mostly with shaving creams. I didn't think it did that good of a job for me with shaving soaps. But since I've come back and discovered all that there is available in the wet shaving world, I quickly moved right over to synthetic brushes. Synthetic brushes are fantastic, and if you read online articles and you look at certain YouTube channels or you go to certain online retailers and sellers of wet shaving gear, they are really quickly, I shouldn't say quickly, but they are starting to abandon Badger hair brushes. There are animal cruelty issues, and the fact is synthetic brushes are getting to be so good that there's really no need to have a Badger brush. These things, every month finds a synthetic brush outdoing the one previous. It's amazing how far they've advanced in just a couple of short years. This one from Viking's Blade, the Fire Mirror, I thought this was a real Badger brush. I had to do a double take on it. It is so wonderful. It's got such a nice backbone. It's very soft. It's great for face lathering. It's great for cream lathering. Surely this Simpson's brush, the Simpson brush, this is a synthetic brush. I always wanted a Simpson brush, but their Badger brushes were very expensive. And here they started selling this. This is the T3. And you know, it was very, very affordable. I mean, all the way from the Isle of Man to my front door was $40 including shipping. That's amazing. And this is a beautiful synthetic knot. Again, very soft. Does a great job of exfoliating the skin. Good backbone. Terrific. Absolutely. The brushes from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements are great because they're inspired by brushes of yesteryear, which is absolutely wonderful. So you can get a brush like this that resembles an Ever-Ready from the 1950s, 1960s. That's fantastic. Again, the knots are absolutely beautiful, super soft. They do a great job. Again, I showed you the solar flare. You know, again, terrific handle based on a brush from yesteryear. Love this stuff. Yaki makes some wonderful, wonderful shaving brushes. This is the Ferrari. And again, they're all really affordably priced. Anywhere from $18, $20, $30. Well, you saw the Simpson brush was $40 to my door. You know, some silver tip Badger brushes can be very, very pricey. But I think, and I've never used a silver tip brush, so don't misunderstand me, but I think the performance and softness that you get with a synthetic can probably rival that of some of the silver tip Badger brushes out there. Now, if anyone out there has tried both, correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know. But this is all the softness and performance I'm ever going to need. And yes, the boar brushes are very, very good as well. The Mmmb brush does a great job. I like this. And the Omega brush, very, very, very good boar brush. There is a break-in period though, about maybe 2 weeks through use. You can speed that process up a little bit. I have a video on that as well. But there is a break-in period, which is why synthetics are, they are so very attractive, because there's no break-in. Just pull them out of the box, maybe rinse them off a little bit, suds them up a little bit, just to make sure that they're, there isn't any remnant dust or anything like that from the factory. That's what I usually do. And, and then start shaving with them. That's absolutely fantastic. But that's kind of my general rule of thumb. If anybody else wants to contribute to that, please comment below and let me know. And Brian, thanks very, very much for the question and the kind words about the channel and my videos. I really do appreciate that. João Carlos dos Santos sent in another question. Hello, João. I believe I did you said that I did pronounce your name correctly, and I really do appreciate that. So João wrote, hello, Mark. Once again, I was searching for reviews of the Merkur Progress and found one of your videos. Besides a thorough review of this Merkur model, which I found very useful, you described the several passes of your shave with an adjustable razor, upgrading the aggression scale instead of downgrading it like I've watched many wet shavers do. Do you still use that technique and find it more efficient in getting a closer shave with no irritation? Thank you for sharing these videos with the community. Well, thank you very much, João, for that question. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, here's the Merkur Progress right here. And I have done the increase method. That is, I'll start with, maybe on say level 2. I'll do my first pass, and then I'll increase a little bit, maybe to 2.5. And then if I'm going to do a third pass, maybe turn it up to 3 and finish it off that way. The thinking is that it's a better way to do a shave with an adjustable razor, because you're not taking too big of a bite of the beard on that first pass. You're doing a light cut, and then you're just increasing the aggression, and you're knocking it down even more. And when you turn up the aggression, you're getting a little closer, and you're finishing it off at the closest, most aggressive setting, which will give you a closer shave. That's the thinking. Many wet shavers have posted their thoughts on this and many explanations regarding this. They liken it to cutting your grass with a lawnmower. And when you cut your grass with a lawnmower, you set it to the highest setting. If your grass is very tall, you set it to the highest setting, and you take a light cut. Then you turn the blades down a little lower. That is increasing the aggression of the lawnmower, and then cut it again, and then cut it maybe perhaps once more, or depending on how tall your grass is. And this way, you're using your lawnmower more efficiently, because if you were to set it at the lowest setting, the most aggressive setting, you're going to clog up your lawnmower. Well, I don't know if safety razors work exactly like lawnmowers, but the logic seems to work. Now, as for me, I've used the increase method. I like it, but for the most part, I use the decrease method. I don't know what it is. It's quite possibly force of habit. Part of that, I think, comes from using the Vikings Blade adjustable razors. This is just thinking off the top of my head. I'm spitballing here is what I'm thinking. The instructions on the Emperor and Crusader razors state that you want to turn this dial to the max setting, then open your doors, drop your blade in, close your doors, then you can adjust. So if I'm already at the max setting, which is 9, and max, which is above 9, now the first thing I'm going to do is dial downward. So I'm dialing downward to where I want to start my shave. So it's just a force of habit. I'm dialing down, I'm shaving, then I'm dialing down again, I'm shaving, then I'm dialing down once more. I think that kind of got me in the habit of doing the decrease method, just because when I set this razor up, I have to turn the collar all the way over, open it up, load the blade, close, and then start my setting. So it just made more sense, I guess, just to start at a higher setting and move down rather than go all the way down and come back up. Just my way of thinking. The Merkur Progress, on the other hand, when you first load the razor blade, you tend to dial it all the way down to 1 to make sure everything is set and in place, and then you can dial up from there. Perhaps, my thing is, if I was using a Merkur Progress and the Parker variant more often, who knows, maybe I would use the increase method because I'm already at 1 and I'm going to start dialing up. So maybe I would go 1, 1.5, start shaving, and then go to 2, do another pass and go to 3, that sort of thing. Hard to say, but I guess I'm a creature of habit sometimes, and I just like the decrease method over the increase method. I'll change it up a little bit and use the increase method, but mostly I'm using the decrease method. I don't know if there is really that big of a difference when it comes to the actual result from the shave. I'd have to start doing that increase one day, decrease on another day, increase on the next day, then decrease the following day to actually see if there is that much of a difference, and actually use the same razor and the same blade, etc., etc., etc. Maybe I'll do that sometime down the road, but for the most part, I like using the decrease method, and usually with a good adjustable razor like the Crusader or the Parker variant, Merkur Progress. Usually if I start off neutral to mild, not real aggressive, but right there, after 2 passes, I'm usually done. That third pass, and this is another reason, perhaps I'm doing the decrease method because after 2 passes, I can gauge whether I'm done. And that third pass, if I decide to do it, I'll do it very, very lightly just to clean up here and there. As I say, maybe the decrease method also allows me to decide if I'm going to do 2 or 3 passes, where the increase method I have to commit to doing 3 passes for sure. I don't know. But as I say, I enjoy using the decrease method. Other wet shavers enjoy the increase method. Try them both, see what works for you. I think that's really the only way to go. It's not cast in stone. It's your shave, so make of it what is best for you, your skin type and your beard type. So thanks very much for that, Joe. I appreciate that. I kind of went in a roundabout way there, but I kind of want to touch all the bases on that answer. This next comment comes from GJC. He writes, Mr. Zarady, a couple of product choices are worth knowing. Razor Blades Club sells, obviously, razor blades for double-edged razors and allows customers to choose their own custom sample pack. Customer can buy as little as 1 or 2 individual blades from among as many different DE blades as he wants. Shipping price is also low, about $2.50. The company is an online-only business, and he has a link to razorbladesclub.com that I'll provide to you, and that looks like a really neat service. So if you're looking for a different blade, an exotic blade, even a sampler pack, this might be a really good online retailer to go to in order to get those blades. So it sounds like a pretty good website. That's why I'm passing it on to you. And who knows, I might try it myself. He also goes on to say, Soap Commander sometimes sells experimental shave soap products at much reduced prices. You might find these listed in the clearance page of their site, and then he provides a link for a very small number of samples in one experimental soap. So, I'll provide that link as well if you're interested in that. I've used Soap Commander shave soap before. I think it's really good stuff, and I'd be more than happy to pass that on to you. Also, from Tom Beaton, he wrote to me and said, hey Mark, stumbled across this and was wondering if you are thinking of reviewing when it's released. Have a good one. This is a brand new Yaki adjustable razor. It hasn't been released yet, and the page says sold out, and I was a little bit confused and wrote him back and said it's sold out, and he says no, it hasn't been released yet. And so that's something to monitor there. It looks like a pretty pretty good looking razor there. If anybody else has any information on it, please share it with us below so that, we can kind of keep abreast of what's going on with it. Because yes, if there's a new adjustable razor out there and I have an opportunity to obtain one and review it, I absolutely certainly want to do that. And last but not least, I have the best viewers out there. This is from Tim Whitcup. He and I have been talking on Facebook, and he wrote me a handwritten letter. Yeah, right here. Right here, handwritten letter. Hey Mark, you told me you have never tried Parker blades before, so now you can. I got a free pack of 5 that came with the Parker 87R, so I gave you 3. I hope you enjoy, Tim. Thanks very much, Tim. Here they are, folks. 3 Parker blades right here, and I will be using these and reviewing these in an upcoming wet shave video review. I'm really excited about this too because I have never tried a Parker blade, and I'll probably put it in my Parker variant. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the Parker blade and put it in the Parker variant, and see how it performs. Because I didn't get any blades with this. If I recall correctly, I think I bought this Parker variant used from another wet shaver, and I got a pretty good deal on it. I think I got like 15 bucks off, something like that. $15, $20 knocked off the price. But that's why I didn't get any blades with it. So yeah, I'm really interested in using these. Thanks very much, Tim. Parker blade and a Parker razor. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. So hopefully we'll get that done. Maybe even next week and get it posted as soon as I can. That's great. All right, hey, thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Please share, please subscribe, please like. Hit that bell so it'll give you a yell the next time I upload a video. Comment below, let me know. Check out the Executive Shaving Company. Use the code MARK5. Check out my blog, georgetoon.com/blog for my comic strip George, other cartoons, other videos like this. Check out phoenixshaving.com, phoenixartisanaccoutrements.com. Both addresses get you to the same great online store where you can get some great shaving gear, great shaving soaps, great aftershave, really, really good stuff. Check out my Amazon product page at amazon.com/shop/marksradio, where you'll find all the products I review on this channel, organized and categorized, so you can find everything in a snap very easily. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Make it a great week.